Okay, hashtag them. I forgot to ask, is it alright if I smoke a cigarette? I'm gonna smoke a couple cigarettes while I do this. I just woke up from a nap. I was meaning to do this video earlier today, but it took me a while to get around to it just because I kind of had a full schedule today, and I've been doing some other things. But I am here to talk about in profession and business and what it means to like build your career and help start like a GoFundMe. If you guys are going through a hard process, I recently had someone from from the floods that happened down in Florida recently asked me about their GoFundMe, and they're like, I've been asking for money for a while, but no one's been reaching out to me. And I was like, okay, I have a couple ideas on how to help you in that department. So I'm gonna try to reach some of those topics today. And sorry if it looks like I'm reading a script. I'm not. I'm just trying to think of the right words. I didn't rehearse this video, so it's like off the top of my head. I wanted to take notes, but I just really didn't get around to it, so I'm just kind of gonna freestyle this one today. So let's start off with talking about being professional. That's something that like is really, really, really important to me, and I kind of started to learn as soon as I kind of got into the business, into doing my work and into furthering my career. I kind of just want to say, like I'm still learning how to be professional, so I'm not even going to say that I'm like the most professional person out there, but I do have a few pointers on like how to like help filter yourself so you don't like accidentally say words that could trigger someone into like thinking that you're either trying to rip them off or blow them off, or making them think that you're not serious about your company. And those words are like words like filler words like and, or kind of like putting around something. Like if you continuously like hit someone up and you've kind of asked them for the same thing, but every single time you ask for them to do something, you never follow through on your end, that can be considered like really unprofessional and kind of frustrating to work with as like a co-host or like a co-partner in my situation. So trying to avoid things like using filler words is like one for me. I don't try to use filler words or fluff any of my content. I try to just get straight to the point, tell it how it is, tell them what I'm looking for, and then after I tell them what I'm looking for, I try to follow through on my end and let them know that like I can be trusted, that I can be supported, that I'm an individual they may be looking forward to work with, and that I believe in myself, and that you know, I stand for my business as well as I stand for the value of their time, and that I appreciate what they have to offer in their situation. So that's kind of like a tidbit about like being professional and kind of speaking your mind, but like also staying on topic. About following through on your word. and not holding back and not being, as Kevin Gates would say, being retarded. So that's just a little inside joke. I hope that he understands. Literally, Takeoff was like, drink for a minute. And he's like, drink for a minute in front of the video. I'm so thirsty. I just woke up, so I'm like, I'm so thirsty. I'm drinking orange juice and smoking a cigarette like it's breakfast time and it's 7 at night. So that's what I have to say about being professional and kind of like staying on topic and sticking to your word, and like just kind of holding your part of like the end of the process down. Because I know like a lot of people, they ask for certain positions and ask to be a part of a certain company, but then when it really boils down to it, they're not like ready to actually fulfill and work out the process that needs to be done and held up on their end. So that's just something I'm going to say about that. That's something that I've personally grown to learn, because it can be scary when you first start your business and you don't understand what you're kind of getting yourself into, and like you're trying to like learn how to talk to people, but you don't know like what to say or like how to approach them, and like just like wording can be like very like important, and I'm trying to think of words for you to stay away from. But like a really big word for me is like the word and. I don't like the word and. I don't like it to be tossed around in my communication. Like I don't like to be like, and I'm thinking that maybe I should partner with you because I like such and such. Like I don't know, like just I don't know, just like I just don't like the word and for some reason. It's just like it's really coming to my head right now, and it's just like really popping in. So it's just like I feel like it's a word that someone uses when they don't really know like what they're talking about, or like what like they're getting at, you know? Like saying like you know also is kind of a word. That like tends to hit home for me. I try to stay away from words that like I would have used in high school. That's for me personally, just cause like I want to be older than what I was in high school, and in high school I wasn't necessarily trying to build a career. So that's for me personally, but I would just try to stay away from words like such and such and things like that. I wish I had written down some ideas of words, but that's what I'm gonna say about that. I can talk about how to dress professionally. People assume that professionalism means like a button-down t-shirt with a tie and some nice dress shoes and some slick slack pants if you're a guy, or like a nice skirt and a nice blouse if you're a woman, and some high heels. And those are nice. Those are definitely nice, and they definitely fit into a category of like, I call it like a work boss sort of like career, like a lawyery sort of like a hard like standpoint like of a career. So that's good. That works. You can also like I'm wearing today, I dress really casual. I kind of just went with like a t-shirt. Mine doesn't have any like logos or labels on it. I'm just kind of rocking something simple. I'm not wearing a lot of like jewelry, although I could be if I wanted to be. I'm wearing a watch, but I didn't put on anything much other than that. It was hot out, so I'm wearing shorts. But for me, I'm a filmer, so like all you really see for the most time is like my top half, unless I'm standing up and I'm talking and doing things like that. So for me, just keeping it simple really works well for me. I don't have to really dress up for the type of position that I hold in my company. So that really works well for me. And then I know like a lot of artists or like rappers like to wear like their jewelry and their chains and their jeans and their shoes, their sneakers or whatever you call them, their down fit sneakers, and that's also really nice too. So you can always decide to do that if you want. It just always depends on your profession. Moms out there, just one thing I have to say, we know you have children. We know you have children. We love that you have children. We love that you're a new mom. We love that you're working on yourself. Excuse me. We love that you're working on yourself and you're trying to further your career. But quite honestly, we don't need to see you break down a stroller right before you come into an interview. I'm sorry, but for me, that's a total turn off. Like, not to be like, whatever the word is, and be like, I'm not going to hire a mom who's breaking down a stroller, but I don't want to, if I'm throwing an interview session, I don't want to see you standing outside my office with your newborn baby trying to break down a stroller and like find someone to take care of your baby for a half a second. You know what I mean? That's what I call very unprofessional. What else? If you kind of show up and you look like, if I'm holding an interview and you show up and you look like you like just kind of threw some outfit together and you didn't put any thought or care into like what you wore, you're wearing like just some like outfit that like has like, let's say you're showing up and I'm holding interviews for you to be a lawyer and you show up wearing sweatpants and a white beater, like that's the wrong kind of circumstance. In that circumstance, you should have showed up with a button-down tie, with a button-down t-shirt, a tie of some sort, and some slack-down pants and some shoes. So I gave you guys a bunch of options that are like very viable and willing to work and fit into the industry and like be able to hold down a position if you wanted. But you gotta remember what kind of position you're looking for, and then you have to dress appropriately to hold down your part of the contract. You know what I mean? You don't want to show up in a misfitted outfit. Like if I want to work at a roller skating alley or a candy store, I'm not going to show up in a tie, or like if I want to work at McDonald's, like I don't necessarily need to show up in a in like a button-down t-shirt and a tie for that. Like, that could be considered like too overqualified, you know what I mean? And they're like, well, we're looking for somebody who just got out of college or just got out of high school and needs like a quick job and doesn't have a lot of like experience. So in that case, you might not even get the job just because you look overqualified, which happens sometimes, you know? So I would just be careful on like what you wear. So the two topics we covered so far is what you wear, and how you approach and speak to people, and how you talk to them without kind of joshing them around and jerking them around too much and saying, oh, well, I'm gonna put 500 on it, and I'm gonna send you my music, and I'm gonna work with the label, and I want to do such and such with you guys. And like just throwing out a bunch of ideas, but then when it comes down to it, you didn't really hold down any of those ideas that you said you were gonna do, or using filler words like and like and so and also and mean, like I mean, and using words like that, because it kind of just like makes it seem like you don't know what you're talking about and you're just kind of fluffing around a business. Also, another thing I have to say, I ran into someone recently who was trying to get me to work. He was like, oh, I do promotions, like I can promote you on all platforms. And I just want to say, be very careful with that. There are going to be, if you're an artist and you're looking for someone to help you promote things, there are going to be people out there who are going to approach you and try to sell you something that sounds like what would fit into your hopes and dreams. And you've got to listen to the words that are coming out of their mouth and how they're forming and constructing their sentences. If it sounds like it's too good to be true, or if they're not if you can't understand them and they're not making any sense and they're kind of throwing around ideas, or they're just kind of playing into your heart way too much, just get out. Just get out. Don't even attempt to have a conversation with them. Don't even bother telling them that they're not making any sense. Just don't even approach it. Just get out. So that's another little lesson that I learned. I'm going to hit one more topic and then I'm going to round up this segment. And I'll probably do a second segment a little later just because I want to keep it short for you guys. So I might do like part 2 or something like that, just so you guys can do another video. I'm not entirely sure yet though, so sorry. What else can I talk about? Oh, cargo shorts? Don't wear cargo shorts. Don't do it. Just don't do it. I don't like it. I'm not into it. I don't think it's sexy. I don't think it's hot. I don't think it's professional. I don't think it's a wise idea. I don't even think they look good on white boys. I don't don't even really think that they're like a summery thing to like wear. You know what I mean? So, I'm sorry about that. But after that, I'm going to wrap up my segment because I'm just rounding out to 20 minutes right now. So, like I said, we talked about how to use your words, how to dress, And maybe sometime later this week we will talk about some other topics. I'm not going to throw them into this video because I am not entirely sure what else I can talk about on this subject. But basically this topic could go on forever. It's really huge. It's a really big one. We could talk about so many different things about it. We could undress this topic for hours. So, but I am just going to do a quick little 20-minute segment video. I will talk to you guys later. Always, and thank you for your support. Please hit and follow the like and subscribe button at the bottom of this page. You can find me on all social media platforms on Yrnbublesz. I will leave a little note for you again in my bio, just in case you're looking for me on any social other media platforms. That includes Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and things like that. So thank you, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you have a wonderful Monday night in this lovely September weather. I will talk to you shortly, hopefully not tomorrow, but hopefully sometime soon, and we will get together and talk more about the weather. So thank you, and have a good night, you guys. Goodbye.